Have you ever tried to tweak an old family recipe by adding or omitting some ingredient only to end up with a disappointing result? The only way to get reliable results is to follow the recipe. Israel changed from being a tribe to a nation when God gave the law to Moses on Mount Sinai. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, and Moses all were God's men, but at the giving of the law, Israel became a nation. It is specifically to that nation that Psalm 33:12 refers. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, and the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance. The closer Israel walked to God and his law, the more they experienced his blessings. The period of the Judges is marked by cycles where Israel forgot God's law and fell into trouble, then remembered, repented, and was restored to blessing. It is not uncommon for nations like the United States to try to appropriate this verse for themselves. A look back at our history and founding documents reveal an attempt to build a nation and a society built on principles largely drawn from scriptural teaching. The closer we live to those lofty principles, the better we have done as a nation. This is not to say that our relationship with God is based on how closely we conform to his instructions. Righteousness should flow out of a relationship and not the other way round. But a person or a nation who is truly in a right relationship with God should want to do the things which please him. Reliably following God's law leads us to a path of blessing. 2 Chronicles 7:14 tells us, "If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land." In times of crisis, this passage instructs us to pray and ask God for healing. With our praying, we must give attention to our ways. If we're not following God's recipe, we probably won't like the results. It is when we come to God in humility, choosing repentance and obedience, that we are put back on the path to blessing. This truth is not just for nations, but for you as a person. How are you doing in your walk with God? In the busyness and the struggles of life, it may be easy to add or omit ingredients. However, we do well to remember that we get the best results when we read the instructions and follow the recipe.